Hey folks, and welcome to the Pipnotic Symposium for the 19th of May 2020. Sitting at a restaurant in Ubud, so it's a little bit noisy. There's someone cutting down a tree and stuff, so I apologize for that. But I just want to run over something that's come up in the Discord channel, and that is the ability to add additional symbols. So Jonathan asked if it would be possible to add gold or some kind of a commodity like oil or something like this. And I mean, it would be nice if this was possible, and so I've added that to the indicator. And so now you can simply type in your user-defined symbol in here. So let's say that I wanted to add let's find something we have. Let's say we want to add silver, XAG. So we go, just to show you what happens now, if I go over to anything with an XAG, nothing, everything disappears. So if I go here and I add XAG, wrong software, here, XAG, I hit enter, then it'll start reading all this data. Okay, so now we have the silver. This is the silver index, and this is euro index. Okay, but notice now that we have silver data based on two instruments. So silver traded against the euro and silver traded against the American dollar. Okay, so the silver index is based on two symbols, where the euro symbol is based on many symbols, 8 or 9. Okay, and so this is just something that you really need to understand. Okay, and so it's going to be the quality of the data is going to be quite different, and so you just have to understand that. Okay, and so there's this, and you can also add another one. Let's say that we want to add another symbol. You just put a comma where it says user defined XAG, and then let's say we want to do the XAU, so we want to do gold XAU. So you put a comma. And so now we can do the XAU. Let it update, boom, and drag this one over. And so now you can see the euro versus gold. Let it load. The internet here is really slow. Okay, here we are. So now you can see euro against gold. Okay, and while the blue line looks pretty different here than it did up here, the values are the same. Okay, the values, I mean, this blue line is exactly the same as it was on the gold chart, but the silver data is kind of squashing it a little bit, but the values are the same. Okay, and you'll see the difference in these two in the histogram. Okay, so don't worry if it looks like that the euro line is way different than it was when you have it here, because the data is the same. Okay, so that's cool. I think also I'm going to remove the scandies, because these can be added in here as well. So I can say, okay, cool, I want to add the Danish krona, I want to add the Swedish krona. Boom, I can add those there like that. Right, so now those are in there. And so now I can go to Swedish krona, SEK, and it'll draw there. So, and all user-defined symbols are added as the user color. So this is where we have the colors, and it's going to be aqua green or blue, aqua blue, whatever. And so you'll see it just here. Okay, and so now these will also work in the alerts and all other stuff. So if we just kind of run this through, just to see, now it's crunching numbers, and it's going to run the scan on all of the symbols, so the 9 base symbols plus the ones that have been added by the user. Okay, and there's nothing there at the moment. Okay, so that's a cool little feature that I think is really awesome. Another feature that is cool is knowing if we're running out of historical data. And so, I mean, a lot of brokers don't have enough data, so I've added a small check. Okay, so let me turn off the scan quick so we don't get too much of a pause. Okay, so let's assume that we're on the daily chart, that's fine, we have data. We go on the weekly chart, that's fine, nothing. If you go on the monthly, you'll notice we have an error. See, our broker is only giving us 260 months. That's not a lot of data. Okay, and so we only have data that goes back, of course it's historically it's enough, but some only give us like 97 or some other weird value. Okay, so I'm just putting this in here. Okay, so we have monthly, we have the name of the function that reads this data, and then we have the number of periods. You can see bar, this is where we run out, this is bar 60 is the last one, then we have error, not enough historical data. Okay, so that's just a really cool thing to have, I think, and I think that's quite useful actually. Okay, good. This is going to be a short one because it's pretty noisy here, I have the feeling. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to our Swiss franc trade. Sorry, Euro Swiss franc trade. This is the only trade we've had since we looked at the last one. I think this bad boy is going to wriggle high, and we had some intervention by the Swiss National Bank, and you can see that this is just wriggling higher from here. And so we got in. Let's have a look where we got in. This is kind of a fraction of a portion. I didn't get in here. I didn't get in with my full lot size because my checks limited it to a fifth. So I only got in at a fifth of my normal lot size, which was a bit of a blow. But we got out here. Okay, and this is where this is the beginning of the sell zone, which is just here. So price went up. We went down, the slingshot was pulled back. As you can see, the wick high, the deepest retracement sits as high, and price left. And this is where we came to, and we actually even went deeper. We actually went further. We went up to here. Okay, let's have a look at where that went. Yeah, so it went really deep. Okay, and this is because of the intervention from the Swiss National Bank. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to trade the Euro Swiss franc anymore, because this happens quite a lot. Okay, I mean, so for this trade, I mean, look at our risk. This was actually pretty awesome because, you know, I got in here, my stop was here, oh. And so the cool thing about this is, I was actually almost stopped out. I got in here, kind of paying swaps, which is a blow. Price poked down through my stop, but it didn't get triggered, and it came back, and then poof, then it popped up here. And for this one, we got, let's have a look what we got. So the entry was there, the stop was here, so we had a 22 pip stop, and we had about just over 100, close to 120 pips, so we had about a 1 to 5.5 risk reward on that trade. So that was an absolute beauty. I'm just gutted that I didn't get in at full position size, but it doesn't matter. But we still managed to get in. We pulled in for that trade. We pulled on 1%. We risked a fifth of a percent on that trade. So that was really beautiful. Okay, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I know it's pretty noisy in the background, but if you have any questions, please add them to the video or send them off in the Discord channel. And thanks for watching.